They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right, this is Rude Speech, man. We got Captain Tywar in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rude Speech, man.
One who West vetted,
Let's
one who
stay.
West
I'm
pumping
breaking
through my
down right
blood,
quick,
don't
though.
forget it. One who West in my brain, one who West in my heart, one who West when I finish, one who West when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak would have been shot you. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not in China. My conglomerate wreck like King Konga. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West ball put me up in a starship. About to fly to friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designers charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $150. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and a nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a part, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West.
Should ride with Lex.
When I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took an oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, sold your seat for some bloody beef. True nature, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run when you gone, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. When you get to witness the beginning of a legacy. They don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Scarring one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. Things you gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness the beginning of a legacy.
Yo, this beat actually really hard.
UBK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Dog, Tennessee, all that business. Hey, get the money, hey. I don't know the fuck going on out there, motherfucker, man. Hey. Hey, get the money, nigga. Taste the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slave for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that G, but now they come around. They can't even come around. Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up VVS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot about a nigga or a bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get the spill. I ain't little flip, getting pimped up out of his. I'm a straight G though, getting paper like a miso. That's that South Coast stain if you tryna hang. You be catered by the bang, boy, we rep the same. Nigga try to talk, but we rep that murder game. Get your ass pop, ain't nothing to a G. All up, bitches wanna fuck, but hell no, I don't pay no fee. Bitches leak 2G, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas lame in hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling, yeah.
Really, no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much, nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. These niggas chainy bitches training y'all, chainy soak me. For real, this brotherhood of weapon. And bitch, we carry weapons. Like a rob on nigga, ass don't even need a weapon. And y'all be reputation, and y'all be very respected. And if you got a problem, then y'all way better address it. You cross that line, we ain't show no mercy. Cross that line, you ain't gon' need search. You pull up and they get nervous. You ain't making no move, you ain't got no purse. On UBK, so I ain't never worried. I'm putting them right, both of my hands dirty. For real, I learned from the OGs. I'm a young nigga, but I'm a certified priest. And I'm from Tennessee. In this mandatory that I gotta keep my heat. You should play it safe, and we gon' play with keys. For real.
Shalom. Shalom. We are the ICBK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. The ICBK been established since 1969. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group out there. And today, you already know, it's Tuesday, man. Tuesday. You know what that is? Brotherhood class. That's exactly what it is, man. You know, we teach nothing but brotherhood, sisterhood. We teach morals. We teach how to be a family again, man. How to be an uprising family again. Because nobody love us. Everybody out there is against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You can see that for yourself. You could just turn on social media, turn on the news, and you'll see it for yourself, man. No matter what it is, no matter how it is, man, you'll see it for yourself. All you got to do is turn on the TV. Turn on the TV and put on the news or go on social media, and you'll see Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian being oppressed here in America, man. Here in the country that so-called claims to be for everybody. Here in the country that so-called proclaims to have justice for all. You understand? When there ain't no justice for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Your justice will come from the Most High itself, man. It's not going to come from America. America would never have no remorse over the crimes that they done to us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. America would never show no compassion towards us. What we got to do is learn how to love one another, learn how to care for one another, learn to accept our fault and accept our fault and accept it, but also learn how to forgive, man. How to forgive one another, man, because we really need that in the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian community. We need it. We really need to learn how to accept when it's our fault. We need to learn that, man. We need to learn when we at fault, so we can learn how to love one another the best way possible, man. Because ain't nobody out there gonna love you. Who out there loving you, black man? Who? Nobody, man. Don't nobody care about your cries. Don't nobody care about your pain. That's why they give you all the drugs that they can give you, so you can use them drugs and think you're gonna drown yourself in sorrow by drinking all the alcohol you can, or put a gun to your head and kill yourself, or go out there and join gangs and shoot each other up like that's the solution. Those are not the solution. This place will never give you a solution on how to come back to the Most High, man. This place will never do it. The Lord already gave us a solution. That's why today's topic is, who is salvation for? Who is it for? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian? Because all throughout the Christian church, they teach that salvation is for everybody. If salvation is for everybody, then why are we the one getting our backs whipped, man? Getting our butts kicked? Why are we the ones getting our butts kicked, man? And everybody else is prospering. Everybody else is living deliciously. Everybody else is living in ways that make you think that you in this predicament because this is what it was supposed to be like. No, this ain't what it's supposed to be like, man. Everybody know this ain't what it's supposed to be like. Everybody know that, man. That's why they treat us the way they do, because they understand something we don't, that we are God's beloved, man. We are God's chosen. We are God's holy people. You understand? That is why it's important for us to have stayed separated, for us to have stayed amongst ourselves, man, and deal with our own, man, instead of integrating with a people that's still going to continue to destroy you. You think these people you think Martin Luther King, he didn't even sat down and think about, okay, if I integrate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian with the same people that murdered them, the same people that had them in slavery, what would be the outcome of it all? The outcome is, you see it now. When was that? He died, what, 50 plus years ago? About 50 plus years ago, he died, man. You understand? 50 plus years ago, Martin Luther King died, and look at the results of his ways that he wanted. The results of the way he wanted, look at it. We not getting what we thought what we was gonna get. We not getting none in that. We're not sitting at the table with the master and demanding things. There is no demanding. If you're not in the UPK, which is the home of the truth, then you just gonna be out there in the lie. You're gonna continue living a fallacy. You understand? That's what you're gonna live. We're out here trying to wake you up and have you realize that reality, this is reality, man. That God loves a certain people. That God is only going to save a certain people out this earth. And that is why all these nations are coming to an end. That is why they're going through what they're going through, because they're coming to an end. But if we're going to continue to love these nations, then go ahead and keep loving them as much as you want, because God is about to destroy these people, man. God is about to show us who is God on this earth, man. Because you got all these other nations, they proclaim themselves to be gods, man. When the Most High is not dealing with them. The Most High ain't dealing with these other nations, man. These other nations got what's coming for them, man. Salvation is not meant for these other nations. It was never meant for them. You understand? The Lord ain't dealing with these other nations. The Lord is dealing with you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And that is why we're getting punished the way we are. Because we don't want to accept the fact that we're being disobedient. We're being disobedient to God, man. We're not accepting what God laid forward for us to be, man. And that is for us to obey him and keep his commandments and follow his orders. Not do what you want. You do what thou want. When you do what thou want, that's Christian, man. Christians do what they want. Christians don't understand that when they do what they want, they getting punished. You're being punished by the hands of the Lord when you try to do whatever the hell you want to do. That's why Christians are living in the way they are. That's why there's a lot of child molestation going on in Christianity and all that, man. All that is going on, man. You understand? That's why the Lord is only dealing with you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. He ain't dealing with nobody else. Let me get Isaiah 14:1. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. Let's get Isaiah 14:1. It's a lock here. Yeah. They want you to think that this book, the Bible, is meant for everybody, when it's not. There's nowhere in the Bible God is dealing with anybody else other than us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. That's the only people that the Lord is dealing with. He ain't dealing with nobody else but us, man. That's why we went through what we went through, and nobody's paying for the crime that they've done against us, man. Nobody. Who's paying for the crime that's happening to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian? No one. No one, man. That's why everybody come to America and prosper. But we've been here for hundreds of years and we ain't prospering yet. We ain't getting what was promised to us. And you still believe in the promise that the so-called oppressor has promised us, saying he was going to give you 40 acres in the mule. You ain't getting none of that, black man. None of that is coming your way. You've been bamboozled, you've been lied to, and you've been played. And the way he played you, he played us real good into having us think that we're one day going to be joined hand in hand with the same people that continues to murder us, man. The man that's murdering you, he's never going to join hands in hand with you. He's never going to be at peace with you, man. Never. He's never going to love you or accept you for who you are. He's always going to be the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that's what he is. That's his role on this earth, is to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? It's to be the devil that this Bible speaks of. He's never going to change. He's never going to compromise to accept you. He's always just going to tolerate you. He's just tolerating you because we're nothing but slaves to the people that we think it was best for us to give up our businesses and give up our spirit and give up our love and give it all to him. And guess what? He's not giving you no percentage. He's not giving you half of it. He's not giving you nothing that he done stole from you. He's not returning it. You understand? But he'll tell you God love America. He'll tell you God love everybody. Jesus Christ died for everybody. So why are you worried and talking about this and that and this? Stop worrying about that. That's exactly what he's going to tell you. But what he's not telling you is that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. He's the devil, and he's going into captivity, man. Salvation is not for him. He don't deserve salvation. Will he deserve salvation? He's going to the moon. He's flying satellites into space. You understand? He has a military, he has the strongest military on the face of the earth, man. He has military base in every major country around the world. And you're going to tell me he needs salvation? From who? From what? Himself? And he the one that put drugs in our community, man. He the one that put drown our neighborhood with drugs and abuse and have us abuse it, man. Have us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian abuse these drugs and thinking that it's okay for us to be drug addicts, man. We're not no drug addicts. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, your life was not meant to be drug addicts, man. Because we don't understand that we have a purpose on this earth. We have a purpose on this earth, and nobody's telling us what our purpose is. We go to church thinking we're going to learn about God, and we don't learn nothing about God. We know more about the pastor than we know about God than anything. You understand? Your pastor, he's in the churches molesting children and touching little boys and all of that, and sleeping with man's wives, and not in telling you that he's a man of the Lord. He is not the man of the Lord. If he was a man of the Lord, he would tell you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You understand? He would tell it to you all, even if it hurt him, even if it cost him the money of the congregation. You understand? Even if it cost him the congregation in the church. But guess what? If they all came together and they said that Commanding General Yohana is the leader of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian on the earth right now, man. Right now, and the ISUPK is the way to the path of receiving the truth. And give up the churches, man. Give up these churches. Give them all up. Give the keys to the ISUPK. We know what to do with the churches. We'll take them colossal buildings that you have, you know, we'll take them and we'll house our homeless. We'll use them churches as schools, man, to teach our people on who they are and how to wake up and how to change their life and fight drugs and fight alcoholism and fight all these other demons that swarm around them, into having them accept these type of lifestyle that they're into right now. We'll teach them all of this according to the Bible, man. Giving black man, you getting your identity back is another way that would lead you into a path that you never thought you would be in. Because look at you now. You don't know who you are. That's why we're self-destructive. Because we don't have no identity in knowing ourselves, man, in knowing who we are. We don't have that identity. We think it don't matter. Everything don't matter to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian when it comes to the Bible, man. It don't matter. It don't matter. Everything don't matter to you, right? But as soon as things and destructive things happen and come your way, you start wanting get answers about it. But I thought it didn't matter. Right? Color don't matter. All of this don't matter to you. But guess what? The truth matters, man. The truth matters. Knowing who you are matters, man, because it would lead you into a path you never was walking in. You never knew that eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is destroying your insides. You never knew that. You never knew that getting high and getting high, but you think smoking weed is a good thing. You're going to get high by smoking weed, not knowing the weed is the gate to opening other drugs, man. It's going to open gates to other drugs. If you don't believe me, sit back and watch your friend that's getting high every day off weed. Sit back and watch him. Watch, he going to start popping pills. He going to start snorting coke. He going to start sipping codeine. You understand? His life is just going to diminish right in front of you, and you're going to see it for yourself. You're going to see how your family member, your friend, your relative, whoever's close to you that's on drugs, you understand? You're going to see how slowly they diminish away from you, man. They diminish because that's not them, man. That's a demon latched on to them. Letting that demon that's latched on to them is letting them know, continue, keep going, because that demon don't want you to be perfect. He wants you to stay destroying yourself. You understand? A demon don't want you to prosper. He don't want you to prosper. That's his job. His job is to keep you down. His job is not to not to help you uplift yourself. So what is you going to do about it? Are you going to continue to do these things? Well, God say salvation is for who? Who is salvation for? I'm asking the Christians a question, man. You Christians always say that salvation is for everybody, but where in the Bible does it say salvation is for everybody? You understand? There's nowhere in the Bible it says that. The first scripture we about to get is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. We're going to read Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. The Lord's going to have mercy on Jacob, man. Who's Jacob? Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian today. You understand? Blacks and Native Indian today are the descendants of Jacob, man, whose name was changed into Israel, man. He said he's going to have mercy. He's going to have mercy on Jacob and will yet have Salakia, and will yet choose Israel, man. You will be chosen out of everybody on this earth. So why are we so worried about what everybody doing, what everybody going through? Who cares about the Arabs and that rock god they worship? Who cares about that Chinese god called Buddha, the fat, chunky, squinky eye guy? Who cares about him? Who cares about them East Indian god? Because last thing I remember, about 2 years ago, they were throwing their gods over the bridges. You understand? Throwing all them idol gods over the bridges. Because them idol gods wasn't helping them escape what the Most High wrath was putting on this earth, which was the COVID. You understand? During the COVID era, the gods of them East Indians wasn't helping them. So why are we dealing with these other nations and their gods, man? Salvation is only for the children. God will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. He's going to choose you. Why are we worried about what another nation has to do in trying to save them? They're not trying to save you. They're not trying to save us. They're not worried about saving us. You understand? They were never plan on worrying about how to save us. So why are we worried about saving a man who has his own God? You understand? Who believe in a different ideology, who believes in a different God, who believes in walking in the way that you don't walk in. And he has his identity. He know who he is. He know who his forefather is. He has a land. He has a military. So why are we worried about them? Why are we worried about Africans? You flying over there to Ghana, you flying over there to Nigeria, South Africa, they have their military, man. They know who they are. They know they're not the same descendant as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian on this earth, man. We don't have no blood ties to none of these heathens, man. None of them at all. That's why the Lord said he will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Let's finish read. and set them in their own land. He's going to set us back in our own land. What is letting you know that America's not our homeland, man. You understand? Mexico's not your homeland. Haiti's not your homeland. You understand? Puerto Rico's not your homeland. Those are the land of your captivity. Them land right there are the land of your captivity. America's not your homeland, black man. Cuba's not your homeland. Hispaniola's not your homeland. Brazil's not your homeland. Puerto Rico's not your homeland. Wherever we're scattered, wherever we was brought to, in all four corners of the earth, those are not our homeland, man. Our homeland is Jerusalem, Israel, man. That is our homeland. That's where we dwell. That's where our homeland is at. And the Lord said, what? And set them in their own land. He's gonna set us back in our homeland, man. Which should have you recognize them. Why am I here in America? You is here in America because we disobeyed the Lord, man. We disobeyed the Lord, and the Lord turned his back on us. And now guess what happened to us? We came on this side of the earth to serve slavery and our punishment for disobeying God, man. But our time is up. Our time is up. Because now the Lord is flooding the earth with the truth. The spirit of the truth is going around the earth, man. The spirit of the truth is going all throughout the four corners of the earth. Thanks to social media, thanks to the podcast that we got out, thanks to America on Fire, who's hosted by Commanding General Yohana, man. The classes that we teach Monday through Saturday. You understand? All of them things that us brothers, we got radio shows. We own the internet waves. We own the TVs. We own the radios. We're getting interviewed by news stations and all other outlets out there, letting you know who we are. You can't stop this, man. You will never be able to stop this because the Lord is behind this. You can't do nothing about it because now it's time for all these other nations to fall. Let them fall because salvation is for you, black man. Salvation is for you, Hispanic man. Salvation is for you, Native Indian man. Black man, you ain't got to join no gang. Hispanic man, you ain't got to be no kingpin down there in South America. You understand? Pushing all that cocaine weight. You ain't got to be cartel. You ain't got to be that. Native Indian, you ain't got to be out there in them reservations drinking your life away, man. Drinking your life away. You ain't got to be any of those anymore. Now it's time for us. Now it's time for us to wake up out of the sleep that we're in. It's time for us to wake up out of our sleep and go wake up other brothers and sisters, man, and get them out of this condition that the oppressor has put us in. He put us in this condition, man. He created this system. He made it this way. We steady blaming each other. We should not. Okay, if you're gonna blame each other, what about what he's done? So we just gonna eliminate what he's done and keep blaming each other? No. We was thriving. We were doing good. Some of us might be too young to see how we was thriving here, man. A lot of us might be too young to witness how good black communities were. That is why it's good to read. It's good to go look up these things, man. We were striving. We had striving black businesses, striving black communities, striving black entrepreneurs. We were doing them things. But guess what? Your oppressor, he's not gonna let that bypass him, man. He's not gonna let that bypass him. And that is why the Lord said he has to set us back in our own land, man. We have to go back to our own land. And what's coming too? Oh, yeah, you want the other nations to be, you want the other nations to come too, right? Let's see what's going to happen. You understand? And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. The other nations are coming too. They're going to cleave onto us, man. They're going to latch onto us. They can't do nothing without us, man. We're the salt of this earth. We the reason this place is still functioning. We the reason this place is still going the way it is, man. This place would have been fell years ago if we didn't listen to so-called Dr. Martin Luther King. If we didn't follow his footsteps by trying to integrate, imagine that, man. Imagine if we never integrated, how things would have been for us, because we would have known he's the enemy. I'm pretty sure the prison percentage of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, if we never integrated, the prison percentage would have been real low. You understand? The fatherless home, the percentage would have been real low. It would have been real low. You understand? Because before integration, fathers were in the house. Black fathers were in the house. The black couple, the marriage, the percentage of black marriage was really high because we didn't believe in leaving each other. We knew who the enemy was. We knew where not to go, where to go. You understand? Imagine you telling a black business that, hey, you know, we're gonna have to give your customers a way to go into another place and fund him. But the people you're funding hate you, man. Hate your guts, spit in your food, spit in your coffee, and we fought to sit in front of the damn benches and force our money on them. Damn all that, man. It was best we had our own black, whatever. It was best it was colored and whites only. It was best I knew, okay, I could drink out this colored water fountain. What was the difference? Theirs might have been cold, ours was warm, but guess what? We still drinking water. The bathroom, they got whites only bathroom and blacks only bathroom. What's the difference? Whatever you bring, whatever you letting loose, you pee, you peeing or you pooping, guess what? It's all going down the same drain. And our food was better. Our food was better. You understand? Our food was way better. But you want to force your money on the people that hate you, man. That's the same thing, man. The Lord said he gonna put us in, he gonna set us in our own land, and the strangers gonna be joined with us. You know who these strangers are? The white man. He's a stranger. He's gonna come too. The Arab, he's a stranger. The Chinese man, another stranger. You love them animes? You're going to get animes. The Japanese going to make animes, a lot more animes for you, black man. You understand? You're going to get the Japanese. You're going to get the East Indian. The East Indian's the most racist one out there. You understand? The African, ooh, that hit a nerve on you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. That hit a nerve on you, black man. The Africans, he's a stranger too. He's coming too. He's going to cleave unto the house of Jacob, man. He's going to cleave unto us. They going to come where when we in our homeland, all these nations going to cleave unto us. And then do what? What's going to happen to them? Let's continue to read. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. We're going to take them and we're going to put them in their place. What is their place? Their place is their place. We're gonna keep reading to show you what their place is, but their place is not gonna be equal with us. Their place is not gonna be I'm ruling and he's right there and he's sitting on the throne next to me ruling with me. Nah, it's not gonna work like that. It's not gonna work like that. The Lord's not gonna let that happen. It was never meant for it to be like that. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask or say, go ahead. Feel free to ask it. Don't be scared. Ask what you want. Because right now we going into salvation. Who is salvation for, man? Salvation, we've been taught all our lives that God loves everybody, that Christ died for everybody. You understand that the Bible's a white man book. The white man never wrote the Bible, man. That's the truth. He never wrote the Bible. He ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. The Bible talks about his destruction, how he's going to be destroyed. How you going to write something about himself being destroyed? Why would I write a book about me being destroyed? You understand? You saying the white man wrote the Bible. If he wrote the Bible, why would he write a book about him going into slavery under blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian? He'll write a book about black men being God-chosen people. He'll write a book about saying black man is the 12 lost tribe of the nation of Israel, but keep it away from them. Lie to them, put more drugs in your community, took over your music industry. Talking about 50 years of hip hop. Yeah, it's 50 years of hip hop, but guess who runs hip hop? Not us. We don't run it. We don't have no say so in the hip hop music. None of that. They done took hip hop music and they put a white face on it now. They done put a white face on it. You go look it up. You go Google it yourself. Who's the highest selling hip hop artist right now? You know who it is, man. Just for time's sake, Eminem, man. Eminem's the top selling rapper in hip hop right now. Because they made that happen. They run it. They took it from you. They done took all your record labels, everything. But guess what? The Lord said, nah. Let them have all of that. Because you're going to have more. We going to have more, black man. The Lord is going to give us more than what we bargained for, man. Than what we're crying out here for. Than what we're begging for. The Lord is going to give us way more than this. The Lord said he's going to set us in our home, in our own land. In our own land, black man. We're going to be set back home. And these other nations going to cleave on to us. And we're going to put them in their place. And then what? In the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Ooh. We're going to possess these people. You know what it means to possess? I got this menorah right here, right? This menorah right here is in my possession. I own it. I own this menorah. It's mine. I can do whatever I want with this menorah. It's my possession. It belongs to me. And the Lord is letting you know that these other nations, you're going to possess them, man. Letting you know that these other nations are going into slavery. They're going to pay for what they've done to us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. These other nations are going to pay for every crime, every bloodshed, every tear, every rape, every murder, every lynching, every baby gator bait, every shooting, that every police with a badge shooting us in the back. Putting child support and implanting child support in the system, having our women go and abort their babies, creating food stamp, creating welfare that the black woman got to kick the man out the house, creating all of these things, man. You understand? Creating all of these things, and then as they create these things, guess what? You know what? They're going to pay for all of them. They're going to pay for all of that, man. All of it. Salakia. Okay, question. Say if a woman is in a marriage and her husband is a part of polygamy, but she doesn't know, and she takes her husband having other girlfriends as disrespect, can she divorce her husband? No, you can't divorce your husband, sis. You cannot divorce your husband. You got to stay with that man to death. All that is your husband. He just got to be honest with you. He just got to be honest with you, man. Can't go out there and just sleeping with random whores and stuff. Can't do that. You understand? He can't do that. If you're in a polygamy, in a polygamy relationship, he cannot have sex with whores, man. You understand? Whores not gonna last. If anything, we have a program in the ICPK. If we're gonna talk to a sister, we have to court the sister. We have to get to know the sister. Because according to the Bible, sex is marriage, man. Sex is marriage according to the Bible. And also, will God punish her? Divorce, you cannot leave that brother. No matter how many women he has, he just can't be with no whore. You understand? Because, shoot, you don't want to just lay around with any woman out there. You understand? You lay with that man, you marry that man is your husband to the day of death. Now, if you leave that man and you sleep with another man, you have committed adultery. Now, if he's sleeping with another woman that is married, he has committed adultery. Now, if them women are single, all he has to do is be honest with you, sis. That's all it is. All he has to do is be honest. If y'all can just sit there and talk it out, and he's honest, and you understand where he's coming from, then good. Why can't you leave? Why would you want to leave? Because if you leave, guess what? Are you going to be married to another man? You're going to leave because of that. Because once you leave, you're going to marry another man. Laying down with another, sex is marriage according to the Bible, right? So when you leave, what you going to do? You're going to date another man out there. And then once you lay down with that man, you have committed adultery. You have committed adultery right there. So it's best that you stay with that man. And especially if you have children, you have children with that man that you're married to, and then you accept another man in your life, you have to be cautious about who you bring around your family, around your children, because you don't know what kind of demons that new person you bringing in around your children. You don't know if he's a child molester, if he's a rapist, if he's an abuser. You have to be cautious about these things, sis. That's why the Lord don't want us to divorce. Christ already told us. Hold on, let's get that scripture. Let me look for that scripture for you, sis. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. One second, sis. Matthew chapter 5, verse 32, sis. Matthew 5 and 32. Let's get it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 32. This is what Christ said, and it's written in red. Matthew chapter 5. Okay, let's read 31. Matthew chapter 5, verse 31. It have been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorce. That's what was said, because this was what said during the time of Moses. When we left Egypt, our family and our people was giving Moses hell, man. Was giving Moses a hard time. And Moses gave them the bill of right to divorce their wife. But this is what Christ said. Christ said, it have been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorce. But I say unto you, Christ said unto us, Moses said that in the time we left Egypt in the wilderness. But Christ say unto us that whosoever shall put away his wife, saying for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. You hear that? That's what it's going to cause. It's going to cause you to commit adultery. You're going to leave that man, and guess what? You're going to marry another man. You're going to marry another man, because according to the Bible, sex is marriage. So that's telling you, you cannot leave that man. You understand? Life is about much polygamy. We was brought here. Our nation was built off polygamy. But your husband, if he have other girls, if he have other women, all he has to do was keep it 100 with you. Just sit there and talk it out with him. You cannot leave that man, because Christ said right here, if you leave, it has to be the man only could leave you if you commit adultery. That's it. Fornication, adultery. He could leave you. Now, if you lay with another man, that's adultery. He could leave you for that. Let's finish read. Causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. You committed adultery. That's what the Christian church is not teaching. The Christian church is heavy on divorce. Because guess what? That paper don't mean nothing. That ring don't mean nothing. But you laying down with that man, or that man laying down with you, and y'all have sexual intercourse, guess what? Now that's your husband. Because now y'all became one flesh. Y'all became one spirit. Y'all became one flesh, intertwined into one flesh. And you know what comes with that? A child. A child comes with that. Y'all became bond. Y'all became a bond. Now it's time for you and your husband to sit there and talk it out. Talk it out. Just let him know you not leaving him, no matter what. No matter what. Just let him know he cannot be out there sleeping with whores, though. He can't be out there sleeping with whores, because you know what whores give, what whores bring? Whores burn you. And you don't want to get that package that a whore will give you and bring it back home to the one that loves you. You don't want to do that. You understand? You don't want to do that. So sit there, talk to your husband, and let him understand. You understand? You cannot leave him. But you would love to know if he's dealing with another woman. You would love to know these things. Because you don't want him, you don't want a husband out there sleeping with whores, prostitutes, sluts, and paying for sex out there. You don't want none of that, because these nowadays is dangerous out there. It's dangerous. That's why in the ISUPK, we court our women. We court our women for up to a year. Get to know these sisters. We get to know each other. The sister get to know the brother. See what she likes about him. See what he likes about her. That's why in that year span, if y'all see y'all can be together for all y'all lives, then guess what? It'll work. If y'all not mingling within that year, then hey, go ahead. You can go ahead and move on, because guess what? I didn't have sex with her and she didn't have sex with me. Now we can just separate and go on with our lives. Because if it's showing it didn't work. But if it does work, stay with him. Stay. Don't leave, sis. Stay with that brother. You understand? Is okay. So does that answer your question, sis? Let's get back to Isaiah. If I answered your question, let me know. You understand? So that's how it is, man. Life was better back then, because back then we had blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We became a nation because of polygamy. You understand? Until today, it's polygamy. But we don't see it like that, especially being in the world. Being in the world, we don't see it the way life builds up, the way nations are built. You go outside of America, you go to another nation, you got the Arabs. The Arabs, they have multiple wives out there. The Africans have multiple wives. The Chinese have multiple wives, because they're building nations. People die every day. But how do the human race maintain? Because children are being born every day. One man having 12 plus children. You understand? One man having more than 12 plus children every day. You know how many people died in World War I? Almost 2 million. World War II, 3 million. The Korean War, hundreds of thousands. A lot of people die in war, man. And more children are being born. One man having 10 plus children. A lot, man. Because we build our nation up. That's how we build our nation up, man. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. You know, if you have any other question, let me know. Anybody has any other question on here, let me know. I'll answer your question with the scriptures and then break it down to you. Because a lot of time we need this. We need these things, man. We need answers. We have questions, but a lot of time we be too scared to ask these questions. We be too scared to ask these questions, man. Because you have the doubt in your mind. It's in your mind. The answer's in the Bible. Everything about life, anything, aliens, war, the future, the past, anything you have, guess what? The Bible has the answers. It's always been in the Bible. It's always been in the Bible. The problem is the people who have the Bible and teaching us the Bible is teaching us the Bible the wrong way. They're teaching it to us the wrong way. They're not letting us know that sex is marriage, that Christ died for everybody. Hey, Salaki out of one. How you feel about giving your rib, your password to your social media, etc.? Because sisters in the world, that's their main focus. I mean, you ain't got to give the women your password. You ain't got to give it to her. I was taught that you ain't got to give a sister your password. Now, if you want to, that's up to you. That's up to you if you want to give a sister your password. Let her go through your social media and your phone. That's up to you. That's letting you know. That's letting her know that you ain't doing nothing wrong. What are you doing wrong? You ain't doing nothing out there. You ain't doing nothing wrong. But first, she has to understand. She has to understand and accept what you believe in. She have to understand and accept what you believe in. If she accepts and she understand what you believe in, then there shouldn't be no problem. There shouldn't be no problem. Now, if she asks to see it, don't be scared to not show. Don't be scared to show her. But you ain't got to give a sister your password, man. Because I know a lot of sisters in the world. That's what they focus on. They focus on trying to investigate on a man, trying to see who this and that. What about this? What you doing on this? About do all of that about you. You understand? But it has to be. If it's allowed to be like that, she has to do the same thing too. Because a lot of time a sister would try and tell you she wants your password, but she'll have 2 accounts herself. She'll give you a password to one of her account, but have another account. You understand? You understand? So yeah, if you have a rib and she asks for your password, you ain't got to give her your password. You understand? If your rib want a long lasting relationship, then guess what? Just all she got to do is stay to herself and be herself, man. Stay to herself and be herself. And guess what? Don't pick your nose in something you know gonna start an argument. I've been told that, man. I'm giving you what I've been told. Don't pick your nose, or if you have a phone, and you have a rib at home and she going through your phone, knowing that can start an argument because she know there's something in that phone that's gonna start a fight between you two. If she has wisdom, she gonna go, I ain't gonna go through his phone. I'm gonna just, the way everything is, I want it to continue to be like this. I want it to continue to flow the way it's flowing. Because now if I go through his phone and I see another woman in that phone talking to my man, I'm going to feel some type of way, then jealousy and all of that. Then guess what? Now arguments start. Now you're arguing. Now you fighting. Now this and that. Things get torn apart. You understand? Now being honest to the women, all you got to do is be honest. Be honest. Talk to her. Because I'm telling you what's been told to me. Communication, man. Communication is the key. Communicate, man. If you don't communicate with your spouse and you don't communicate with your rib, then it's not going to work. Communication work, man. Sit there and talk to her, man. Then guess what? She going to always tell you everything. When she see that communication between you and her is working, she going to let you know everything, man. Everything going to work. Everything just going to flow because communication work. With communication, she ain't going to need your password because you communicate with her. You letting her know the real. You letting her know how it is. You ain't holding back. You ain't sugarcoating nothing because you not scared. Don't be scared to be truthful to your rib, man. Because if you lied to her, that shows you scared of her. You being dishonest to her, that means you afraid of her. Don't be that way. Don't be no coward. Stand strong, man. You a warrior. So if anything, communication. All that passwords to social media and etc., she don't need that. What she need is communication. Because imagine if you didn't have social media, then what? She going to want to go to your phone and see who you texting, who you talking to. All that is she's treating you like a little boy, man. When you all it takes is communication, man. If that answers your question, let me know, man. You understand? The Lord says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. We're going to rule over our oppressors, man. We're going to rule over them. We're going to rule over our oppressors. And then us ruling over our oppressors, we ain't going to do them the way they did us. We ain't raping their women. We don't believe in rape. You got fake Israelites out there who believe in rape. You got so-called fake Israelites dressed in purple believe in rape, man. What's that? Micah 7:5. Hold up, let me see. Let's get that. Micah chapter 7, verse 5. Let's get Micah 7:5. See what it says. Micah chapter 7, verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son dishonoreth the father, and the daughter riseth up against her mother. The daughter-in-law. Okay, let's go. Let's get some clarification on this. The best of them is as a bearer. The most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman in thy visitation cometh. Now shall be their perplexity. Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. That's basically saying she ain't got to know everything, man. She ain't got to know everything. You understand? There's a scripture for that. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Bear with me right quick. Bear with me. Hold up. Phone acting slow right now. Hold up. Give me 1 second. It's not giving me the scripture. Okay, damn, I can't even find that scripture. Get with me on that one next time, Jaheim. I'm gonna get that scripture. Let me know next time, all right? Ask me next time that same question. That Micah. You understand? I don't I don't want to be not too sure on that. I'm sure I'm good. I'm 60-some% on that one. So come back with me on that one. I'm ask the people I'm ask the head over me about that question right there to get it back. So come back at me about Micah chapter 7, verse 5. Okay. Question: does the male have to know everything from the female? He ain't got to know everything. You understand? He ain't got to know everything with the female, but communication with if the female gonna communicate with him, at least communicate with your man. You understand? Communicate with your husband or your friend or your husband. You understand? Communication is what's key. You ain't gotta tell him everything. If it don't have nothing to do with something that's about adultery or you and your friend go out to go drink and something happened with y'all, and then he ain't gotta know about every detail. You just break down, you just tell him something and then he'll understand. You ain't gotta tell him everything you and your friend got going on. But if it's something like if it's something that's gonna disrupt you and your husband, hey, he gotta know. He gotta know what's going on if it's gonna disrupt him and you. You understand? Let your husband know about that. But knowing everything, but it'll be good for your husband to know a lot of things. You understand? Because sooner or later you're gonna have to know a lot of things about him, and he gotta know everything. He gotta know everything about you, vice versa. That will make the relationship work out even better. You understand? So, any other question? Jaheim, versatile princess. Any other question? If you're still on there. You understand? That's how it is, man. Let me Get back to where I was. Damn, I barely got into my scriptures. So many questions. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. All right. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end. We living in a world without end, man. We're going to be in a world that's never going to end. But they want us to think that the word world mean everybody on the earth, when the word world has different meanings to it. The word world has different definitions to it, man. That's why our oppressor, he's bamboozled us about a lot of things, man. About the scripture. He bamboozled us about the scriptures, man. He's lied on the Bible. He's lied on God. He's lied on the children of God. You understand? And he's continuing to have the children of God destroy themselves, man. We continue to destroy ourselves with drugs and fornication. We're fornicating against the Lord. We're doing so much. We're doing so much to have the Lord judge us and destroy us, man. That we don't have nobody out there teaching us the right way, the path to how to really obey God. How to really obey God is to keep God's law, statutes, and commandment. Where are you going to find the law, statutes, and commandment? Mainly in the Old Testament. That's where you're going to find it, man. Are you Christian? No, we're not Christians, man. Blacks, we're not no Christian. If you're going to talk about Christians today, no. Because the Christians today tell you that the laws are done away with. The Christians today tell you that you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. The Christians today accept homosexuality as an alternative lifestyle. The Christians today are child molesters. You understand? Because when you teach that the laws are done away with, guess what? You are lawless people. You can do whatever the hell you want. A Christian don't care. A Christian will get high. Majority of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that are in prison right now are Christians. The drug dealer that's selling dope, he's a Christian. Okay, he has a big cross on his neck. The child molesting little boys and girls, he's a Christian. He has a cross on his neck. You understand? We're not no Christian, man. We don't affiliate ourselves with Christianity. We don't affiliate ourselves with Islam. We don't affiliate ourselves with any other religion out there, because they're all destructive to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We are God-chosen people. We are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? What do you describe yourself as? I'm an Israelite. You understand? We describe ourselves as the Israelites, the Jews. You understand? That's what we describe ourselves as. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews according to the Bible. You understand? According to the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian are the 12 lost tribe of the nation of Israel, now found. You understand? Why can't you eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster? Snap. Another lesson, huh? We're going to teach you why you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 11. Leviticus chapter 11 is the dietary law. God gave us dietary law on what we can eat and what we should not eat. He told us what we can eat and what we should not be putting in our mouths and eat. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 11. We're going to start off with Let's start off with the pig. All right, the pig is 11, verse 7. You understand? Let's read verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, even if the swine, he has a hoof, right? That split between his hand, he has a hoof. Though he divide that hoof, it's like it. Though he divide the hoof and be clover-footed, he's clover-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He don't chew the cud. He don't eat grass like the cow. You understand? Like the lamb. He don't eat grass. The swine don't eat none of that. You understand? He is unclean to you. The swine is unclean to you. The Lord said that the pig is unclean to you. You can have a pig as a pet, but when it dies, if it's dead, you can't eat it. You're not supposed to eat no pig. According to what we're reading right now, the swine is unclean to you. Now let's go down to the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We're going to drop down to verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. This is what you should eat that is in the water. What can you find in the water? Fish, pork, fish, shrimp, crab, and other scavengers. Like what is people eating now? Oysters. Now people eating oysters, crawfish, and catfish. You understand? These are all the things that are in the water that you can eat. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, it has to have fins, the little wings. It has to have its fins and scales. The scales, when you scab it and scale the fish off, it has to have both of them. It has to have them too. In the sea, in the waters, the seas, and in the rivers, them ye shall eat. You should eat if a fish has skins and fins and scales. If it doesn't have fins and scales, then guess what? You cannot eat it. You cannot eat oyster. Oysters don't have fins and scales. Lobster don't have fins and scales. Crab don't have fins and scales. Crab has a shell. All these things are the reason we get sick. We get sick when we eat these things. They give us high blood pressure, diabetes. You understand? The black community is full with diabetes and high blood pressure and all sorts of diseases that's killing us slowly. That's slowly killing us because we're eating unclean food. We're not supposed to eat these things. You understand, sis? The Lord said you cannot eat swine. Swine is pig, pork, sausages, pepperoni, ham. You can't eat them no more. Those are unclean to you. It's filthy. The pig is a filthy animal. It's made to the pig purpose on this earth is to clean the earth. Clean the earth, the ground. Just like a vulture. Would you eat a vulture? The vulture purpose is to clean the earth as well. It sees what the pig can't see from the sky and it comes and demolishes it. But the pig is a garbage disposer. The crab, shrimp, and lobster are the bottom feeders. They're the one who filters the bottom of the ocean, the bottom of the rivers. They're the one cleaning the bottom of the ocean. They eat poop. They're poop eaters and scavengers and eat whatever the big fishes up there done tore up and the pieces came to the bottom. That's them. They tear that up. They clean up. They clean in the bottom. Now, when you take the crab, shrimp, and lobster from the bottom of the ocean, guess what? Now the ocean's dirty. Ain't nothing clean in the ocean because us as people that's eating them are taking the resources out from the ocean that's supposed to clean and filter out the bottom of the ocean. That's what's going on. That's the purpose of these things. Everything has a purpose. The Lord created everything for a purpose. He told you what you can eat and what you cannot eat. If you're going to eat pork, then guess what? You're unclean. You're unclean according to the Bible, according to God. Crab, shrimp, and lobster, you're unclean. You eat these things. And then you're going to wonder why you're in the hospital, why you're sick, why you have high blood pressure, how you get diabetes, how you get all these other diseases roaming inside of you, how you get tapeworm, how you get all these viruses inside of you, because you're eating unclean food. Just like you're not supposed to get high. You're not supposed to smoke. Nothing at all. Any of these things you're not supposed to do. We have a manual on this earth to teach us and show us how to guide ourselves on this planet. This is it. The Holy Bible. The Holy Bible is the way to teach us how to guide ourselves, man. God gave us a manual on how to live a moral life. And I forgot to tell you, Christians don't have morality. That's why they sleep with anybody's wives. That's why they sleep with children. That's why they eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Because Christianity teaches us that the laws of God are done away with. But with no proof of showing where does it say that the laws of God are done away with. There's no proof of the laws of God done away with. That's just your Christian pastor want to lust and do things accordingly to how he feel. Chase whores, sleep with prostitutes, snort coke, smoke all the weed that he can, molest little boys, turn them into homosexuals, have the little young boys accept the homosexual lifestyle. These are the things that Christianity has upbrained. You see the tree and the fruit that they bear. Now, this is the ISUPK, and we came to change all that because there's a new breed of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian on the rise right now. We're waking up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. We waking up Black people every day. I teach Tuesday class at 3 p.m. till 5, man. 3 p.m. till 5. Get in class and learn. Ask questions. And it's good that you asking questions, versatile princess. It's good that you're asking questions, Jaheem. It's good. We need more of this. Because guess what? You can't go to church and ask questions. You ask question in church, it's counted as being disrespectful. But in here in the ISUPK, we teach practical knowledge. It's practical knowledge in here. You understand? We teach our people to stay away from certain things. Because the other nations, that's why they rule over us. Why you think we went into slavery, versatile princess? We went into slavery for these things, for disobeying God. That's why we went into slavery. It's in the Bible. Slavery is in the Bible. How we went into slavery is in the Bible. That's how we identify ourselves by knowing we are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's how we know ourselves as being the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Because everything I say, every time you bring a question, I'm going to pull the scripture out. I'm going to pull the scripture out. I'm going to do something your pastor is not doing. Pull out a scripture, Read it and then break it down to you so you can understand it. It's not hard. It's not hard. You understand? Versatile Princess, what city are you in? If I may ask. You understand? Okay, my bad. What city are you in, Princess? That's all it is, man. It's that simple. You have to come in class and learn. I'm happy to see that you're willing to learn. We need more brothers and sisters that is willing to learn, man. We need more brothers and sisters that is willing to learn. Because a lot of time we're not really Sunrise. Oh, you in Florida. Another Florida. So you must know Jaheim. Oh my God. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Sunrise. I'm from Florida. Right now I'm in Tennessee. Yeah. Damn right, sis. Yeah, get in class, sis. Learn more. Try and learn more. If you have any other question, let me know. Let me know if you have any other question. But other than that, let's get back to topic. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 23. Jeremiah 3, verse 23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. The hills and mountains represent the government bodies, man. You understand? That's where it's going to come from. The government of our people in the multitude of mountains, man. The people. Yeah, I do. Okay, what question you have? Type it in. If you have any questions, just type it in and I'll answer them. Truly in the Lord our God is salvation of Israel, man. Salvation is of Israel. Israel this, Israel that. All throughout the Bible, all you're going to see is Israel. It ain't going to say everybody. The Lord's not dealing with everybody, man. Never was dealing with everybody. The Lord not dealing with the so-called white man. He's not dealing with the East Indians. He's not dealing with the Chinese. He's not dealing with the Arab. He's not dealing with the Africans. You understand? He's not dealing with them because guess what? They have their own gods, which is idols anyway. Their gods are not real. But you black men, you Hispanics, you Native Indian, women and man and women and child, you have a real God. Your God is the God of Israel. Your God is the God of this Bible. And he gave you the Bible as a guidance. You think this is our first time going into slavery? This ain't the first time we've been into slavery. We've been into slavery plenty of times. All throughout the Bible, you see our people going into slavery in Egypt. Yeah, that was us. We served the same slavery in Egypt as it is here, man. What page that's on? Let me show you some. It's this book right here. Man, what page was it on again? I think it was 20 something. I had highlighted it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, what page was it on again? Damn, I can't find the page. I thought I highlighted it. Okay, I found it. It's this book called The Black Image and the White Mind, written by George M. Fredrickson, right? Page 74. Morton's Cornea Americana was the result of years of collecting and examining human skulls. As he gathered and studied the cornea of different types of man, Morton became aware of the difference between white, Indian, and Negro skulls, and of the fact that the ancient cornea from a given race did not seem to differ from those of their modern descent. Morton concluded that the races had always had the same physical characteristics and by implication the same mental qualities. In the 1840s, Morton collaborated with George R. Gliddon, an Egyptologist, who provided him with mummy heads and information about the racial insignificance of Egyptian tomb inscription. In Cornea Egyptia, published in 1844, Morton pointed out that both corneal and archaeological evidence showed that the Egyptians were not Negroes. The Egyptians were not Negroes, man. So stop thinking you Egyptian. It says it right here. A white man wrote this book. He said he had to study the skull, the skeleton of your head, the bone of your head, the skull. And he realized that the Egyptian skulls that he had, the pharaoh, the mummified skulls that he done studied, in the Negro skull, he realized that they wasn't the same. The skulls of the Egyptian and the Negro skulls wasn't the same. He found out that the Egyptians were not Negroes, as abolitionists and colonizationists had maintained, in that, in fact, blacks had been regulated to the same servile position in ancient Egypt as in modern America. What that's telling you, man. You the same people that were in slavery in Egypt. Here today in America, you the same ones. Your family were the ones in Egypt, and you the children of them that was thousands of years ago serving slavery in Egypt. You understand? That's what it is, man. That's how it always was. And they don't want you to know that. They never want you to know that. So it's good to know these things, man. It's good to wake up and understand these things. Because if we don't know these things, who's going to tell us? Nobody going to tell you. I got books for days to teach, to show that we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. You understand? But the Bible is the meat. The Bible is the meat of all of it because it proves it all. It proves it all. The Bible don't need no other book around it to show that it's the truth. It's always been the truth. Just you got weak men out there not teaching you the truth about the Bible, not showing you the word that the Lord put down for us to understand, not giving you what the Lord wants you to do. Instead, he's telling us that the laws are done away with. He's telling us that you can do whatever the hell you want. That's all a lie, man. That's why that's why us as Black people, Hispanics and Native Indian, that's why we're living in the condition we are right now. Because we steady want to disobey God. We want to obey everything else but God. We want to do everything other than what God wants us to do. You understand? And it's best for us to come back to God and keep his words and do what he wants us to do. And guess what? You're going to have rulership. God is going to have us rule this earth. Because God said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. If you want it plain, a people that put another people in slavery, they're going into slavery. If you kill people with the sword, you going to be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints are the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We're the saints of the Lord, according to the Bible. You understand? And that's what it's going to be. And that's what it is. And with that, we are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. The ISUPK been established since 1969. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group out there. And with that, Shalom, Israel.
Oh yeah, oh Lord. And if you don't give it, you won't get it. That's right. I give her all my love. Hey, run that shit up, Trace.
I came from the streets to the shy, where wicked and evil collide. If it was illegal, we tried ambition to get us a piece of the pie. Had so many demons inside, was dimming the gleam of my eye, killing my innocence, all of my vision of reading the sign and seeing demise. We've been deprived of basic necessities, that and cocaine, a satanic recipe. Refusing to claim it as destiny, sins of the fatherly children in jeopardy. The family addiction affected me, affliction of prison, the death of me. Not even the thought of my legacy, living in hell, how you hating your pedigree. Been definitely holding the grudge, letting it go cause no hoe is in us. If we don't connect then you know what it was. 1 West and no cowards is rolling with us. Steps was all in the mud, feeling the pain like salt in the cut. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love, yeah. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. The blessing is all of these lessons, no question we taught them in blood. It's all for the love. I get an honor to Commander General Yohana, for being the armor, protecting the message, delivered the Abba. Straight from the Father, he gave it to you, ain't making excuse. Though Satan is loose, kept lacing his boots, training and raising the troops. Perfecting the method of 7-1 West in the hairs was able to prove. Ain't stressing them niggas that 11 can step in the stand and stating the truth. My people could never imagine the hardest of winners you lasted. Extending the realest compassion for niggas that should have been fitted for caskets. How could you ever ignore the nigga who slept on the floor and was ready for war whenever it called? Better this weapon is drawn. Election is sure, edge in this war, front of projects of the Bronx. Now representing the Lord, the water for blessing us all.